But then she also had fear of not being able to take care of the family. So when Cassie had fear, I think it was more of her career not coming alive than it was actually him being abusive. Because I'm gonna remember one time him and Kim Porter was fighting, right? And I'm standing outside the car because I don't want to see nothing. I'm standing outside the car, but I see the car shaking. Boom, boom, boom. Car going up and down and all that. So we are right here on Sunset in front of the Beverly Hills Hotel. So Kim gets out the car, hair all fucked up and everything, right? She gets out the car, fixes her hair, and she says, "You keep it up." She said, "I want to see you explain this motherfucker scratch I'm gonna put on your face in front of the media tomorrow." You know what I'm saying? So you got some people that understand, like, yo, he gotta go in front of 1,000,000 cameras tomorrow. If you got a mark going on your face, how are you gonna explain that? So Kim knew her power. And when it came to, I listened to people say certain stuff. Kim told me another time, she said, "Bonds, everything that I go through, I allow."
Mm.
She said, "I allow." She told me that out of her face, right? And she said, "Whenever I get tired of this shit, I got 4 of them." She said, "I can leave whenever I want." And Puff came back to me like 10 minutes later. He said, "Yo, what she say to you?" I said, "Yo, she said, I got 4 of them." I said, "Yo, what she meant?" He said, "Yeah, she got 4 of them." And when I thought about it, it was Quincy.
Yeah.
It was Kristen.
Kids. Right, the kids.
And it was the 2 kids. So whenever I want, this is $30,000 a piece a month. So I could get $120,000 a month from this man whenever I'm tired of it. But I guess she wasn't tired of it. You know what I'm saying? So I look at the same thing with Cassie. I feel like, yeah, she ain't got no kids or nothing, but I'm still going to stand on the fact that you could leave when you want, because I know Puff. You ain't talking about somebody I don't know. Out of all the bad shit I could say about him and all the disloyal shit I could say about him, he don't want no problem with the police. He don't want no problem with the feds, and he don't want to have to give up his money. You know what I'm saying? So if I've seen him in relationships where girls said, "I'm not fucking with you no more." Yeah, we go over to the house 2 or 3 more times. Yo, pull up. Pull up. Yo, let's talk. But then when he see the girl serious, he's going on. He's on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you stand on that, yeah, he would have went on to the next one. The one thing you can't take away is that he's Diddy. He's worth XYZ. This man done been with some of the top women of the world. You know what I'm saying? So you say, damn, do I gotta stay with this? But then mentally, you don't know where a person is mentally neither. You know what I'm saying? Could she have been scared? Yes, she could have been scared. Like I said, getting beat on allegedly make you feel a certain way. Seeing a person power make you feel a certain way. Not knowing how much power you really have, because that's what I think it all boils down to. She didn't realize how much power she had. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say the right things.
The power that she now realizes that she has. To be able to do what she did, it took, it took a set.
And what do you think that happened? Who do you think gave her that power?
I have no idea.
That's the question.
I would say her husband gave her that power.
Her husband seems to be a very confident dude,
because once a person tells you, "I got your back," no matter what, now you can tell everything that went on, because nobody wants to hear how many people fuck their wife. I don't care what you say. You don't want to hear that.
Right.
So once you get that power and your husband sits you down, or your significant other, it might be your wife or whatever, says, "Tell me everything. Because after you tell me everything, it ain't nothing the media or nobody else could say."
Right.
So if we survive this, then we can survive that. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like because of that situation, he gave her the strength to come forward. And do I feel like she wrong for coming forward? Hell no. Get your money. You know what I'm saying?
Now, she said a lot of wild stuff in there. And like you said, this is Diddy.
Right.
It's Diddy. This is Landon's favorite part right here. He could get whatever girl he wants.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now she's making these accusations. So he's watched these men with big black penises to come over here. She's talking about the videos. Now, in your experience with him, You know what I mean? In your experience with him, is she going a little crazy saying that, he's got the little fruitiness in him? He's got the fruity genes? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Fruity genes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen nothing of that nature, right? But a freak, I would say he's definitely a freak. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen any homosexual activity of no way, form, or fashion. But I have seen things that would make you question things, like I heard Gene say something about going into the sex store and buying certain things. Yeah, I witnessed that. You know what I'm saying? I witnessed going into the sex store, going into the Hustler on Sunset and buying different things. But when a person buys things of that nature, I'm automatically thinking they going to freak off with their girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as different men having, of course, he's not going to let you see that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But the stories are out there that it's out in the open, right? Like that, there's some wild stories out there.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Which again, allegedly, right? But I feel like people do want to tear him down. You know what I mean? Like I heard some wild stories. I heard he had like
we all heard that.
Yeah. You know what I
mean? Then come on, I want to hear what you heard.
I mean, I heard that he had bent over, you know what
allegedly.
I'm saying? Like, allegedly, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying I heard some wild shit where I'm like, for me, that shit's unbelievable.
Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. His was really tight.
Pause.
Pause. We ended up even getting cool and getting tight. We used to go to his crib. He had a penthouse on 74th in Park West. But I've never seen anything that was out of the ordinary with them. You know what I'm saying? And I hear a lot of stuff about these parties and everything. Right? I've been to every single party from 2003 to 2012, and I've never seen no homosexual activity in no type of way. Yeah, do people be talking and touching certain ways? Yeah, but not in a homosexual way. If you ever been on ecstasy, you know that people get touchy, but I've never seen no actual homosexual activity.
And I think that's important that you say that because that's it's very like far-fetched. And the stories that people come up with is wild. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to believe it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm sitting here thinking like all these stories that keep popping up. I'm like, Jesus.
But then you got to think: is it for the views? Is it to take them down? Is it to say something else? Because I find it kind of funny that with the world that we live in now, there hasn't no man stepped up and said, "Yo, yeah, he fucked me or I fucked him." When we living in this world, quote unquote, where it's okay to be gay and say different things like that, where NDAs are involved, but as long as it's a legal activity, NDAs doesn't count. I feel like for the money that somebody would have stepped up. You know what I'm saying? So I find that part kind of funny. But when you're dealing with social media, if you're dealing with the internet, people could come up with so many things.
Yeah, because they take something and twist it, right? Like you had the Justin Bieber story where he's got the interview with Justin Bieber. He said he adopted him. Right. And then he's with them for I don't know how long
like
he actually or if he actually adopted him. But they're like, in the video, he looks kind of nervous. Maybe Diddy was taking advantage of him. And
no, I was actually there that day. We was in Miami, and you talking about the day that he was showing the Lamborghini and everything, and he was saying, actually Scooter Brown brought him over that day, and he was outside, and he was just like telling Justin, like, yo, this is what you can have, because at this time, Justin couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, this is what you can have. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't no thing where he spent the night or he stayed the night or nothing like that. They took a 2-hour visit and just made it crazy. But it was just basically a 2-hour visit. And then Justin Bieber actually became really, really close friends with his other son, Quincy, because they lived really close to each other. So that part, it was just...
So I think that part, right, like people forget that Diddy is a dad. Right. So at that time, Justin Bieber is just a child. So he could have very well just been playing the dad role.
Right. It was one of those things where they just brought him over and they wanted him to see what it could be. Because at the end of the day, he's Diddy. I think at this time, he might have been about 24, 25. And to have these type of things at this age, it's more or less. I've seen the dudes from B what you call it? I forgot their name, but Herman Tamar Braxton husband had them. He brought them over. You know what I'm saying? They stayed over for a couple of hours.
Well, like the B2K kids or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
He brought them over. If it wasn't, who we had after B2K? It might have been B2K.
Yeah, because I think before that was Immature, then it was B2K.
Okay, so
but there's also like B3, like Michael Jackson's sons or whatever.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't
it
know
was somebody Herb brought over
I
because
I
know he
B3,
brought him over.
I don't know about the other one, B3.
So people used to bring them over just to get his okay. Yo, what you think? You think, yo, I think they need to do, because like I said, genius-wise, he's gonna tell you how to market. He gonna tell you what, he just does that. Yo, you need to do this, you need to do that. I've been there where Lil Wayne's called and asked him, yo, I need some advice on this, that, and the other, and he gives them advice. That's one thing. And that's what makes me even madder about the situation, is because I see the things that you do for other people. So when my son got into this situation, I took him to Rikers Island to see Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I had to wait across the bridge in the car. He got on the bus to go see Lil Wayne at Rikers Island. So it's like, when I see you going this far for other people, and it ain't even about me no more. I don't care if I don't have nothing. Everything was supposed, I don't care if we not speaking. Everything was, which we was speaking, because I was still over at Ciroc and I was over at De Leon all the way up to the situation between him and Diageo just now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
So you split from him when completely, like cut ties with him?